The one-handed belt.
Take my belt off? If I do, will you hang yourself with it?
She thought she could disrespect Matt Rife until he buried her with one line. And you won't believe how he does it. And you won't believe how he does it. It starts with Karen in the front row. Blonde highlights, arms crossed, smirking like she owns the place. She leans in and says, "That hair's an interesting choice." Matt freezes for a second.
Oh man, that your looks like funnel cake.
Then, boom, he fires back like a sniper. "Yeah, I figured if I'm gonna look like a funnel cake, I might as well be sweet and hard to handle." The crowd erupts. She's already wobbling. But Matt ain't done. He eyes her tattoos and throws in, "Let me guess, each flower represents a different ex that left you for peace and quiet?" Laughter explodes.
Are you a florist? No. You work in a prison? You're solitary. Why?
And just when she thought she could recover, he drops the hammer. "Are you a florist? No? Then why do you work in solitary confinement? 'Cause you got zero interaction skills." The audience screams. She's stunned, jaw half open, trying to blink her ego back into place. And just like that, Matt moves on. But the next Karen? She brought Twitter fingers and Matt turned them into ashes.
She, by herself, probably tweeted me like 60 to 70 times.
Karen didn't even have the guts to show up in person. She thought Twitter was her stage. Big mistake. She tweeted, "Matt Rife is just another unfunny pretty boy. I'd roast him better than he ever could me." Matt caught the smoke, retweeted with sniper precision, "Then why do your profile pics look like witness protection filters?" Boom! One shot, one kill. But she didn't stop. "You only roast women because you're too scared of men." Matt responded like he was built for this. "Nah, I roast whoever opens their mouth. Just happens Karen's never learned when to shut it." She came back with more sass. Matt shut it down with a photo, Google Maps. Caption, "Where your opinions live." Location? Dead center Atlantic Ocean. Silence. Digital annihilation. Her account didn't even peep for 3 days. And while she disappeared into the algorithm, Matt? He was just warming up because his live roast sessions had Karen wishing for the block button in real life. Next up, one rolled in on wheels, and Matt didn't flinch. Now this one had the whole room holding its breath. Midway through the set, a woman in a wheelchair cuts through the laughter with a sharp, icy jab. "You're not even that funny. Try TikTok." The crowd froze. Phones stopped recording. You could hear a cough echo from the back. But Matt, ice in his veins. He casually leaned forward, smiled, and said, "You know what's wild? That insult rolled in faster than you did." Gasps. Then, an eruption of laughter shook the walls. But Matt didn't stop there. He raised a hand like a teacher calming a classroom. "Look, I roast whoever throws the first punch. Doesn't matter if you're sitting, standing, or floating." The crowd loved it. And so did she, grinning, nodding, even clapping. Matt leaned in with that signature smirk. "Honestly, you just gave this show legs, and I mean that with love." Laughter again. Pure comedy alchemy. No malice, just quick wit, delivered with charm. But the next Karen? She brought more venom, and Matt brought a flamethrower. The lights are low, the jokes are flying, and then a woman yells, "We came here from our swingers club, hoping for a discount." Matt stops, blinks twice, then look up and down. "A discount? Ma'am, if your group is swinging anything, it's probably hips out of socket." The audience howls, but Matt leans in with more. He squints at her husband. "You brought your man to a roast show? Brave. 'Cause now I gotta ask, was this his idea or yours?" Karen smirks. "We share everything." Matt nods, serious now. "Everything? Even that haircut?" Boom, the place explodes. Karen tries to laugh it off, but Matt keeps going. "I'd offer you a discount, but I don't do senior citizen combos and clown wigs in one package." No one saw that one coming, especially not her. And just when you thought it couldn't get weirder, the next Karen insulted Matt's entire standards. Karen thought she was clever. She interrupted a bit to ask, "Do you only date models, or is that just a cover for low self-esteem?" Matt didn't flinch. I date models because I'm allergic to people with punchline personalities. Karen blinked. Then he added, you seem like the kind of person who'd ghost someone and then DM them a week later for help moving a couch. Laughter breaks out. You're not a red flag, Matt continued. You're a red billboard, blinking, screaming, and probably demanding a manager. By this point, the crowd was roaring. Karen leaned back, quiet for the first time, and Matt sealed it. Don't worry, I'd never date you. I only deal with people who have Wi-Fi, empathy, and eyebrows that don't fight each other. Mic drop. She disappeared into her chair like a folding tent. But that was just a warm-up. The next roast? It took it all the way to prison. This one was nasty. Karen in the front row kept muttering under her breath. Matt heard enough. You good? He asked casually. You've been talking more than my ex on her apology tour. She fired back. You sound like someone who's never had a real job, Matt grinned. You sound like someone who decorates prison cells for fun. The room lit up. He continued. Are you in solitary by choice? Or do people just avoid you naturally? Crowd. Oh! Karen tried to say something, but Matt raised a hand. Let me guess. Your love language is passive aggression and unseasoned chicken. Laughter turns into applause. She didn't say another word. Matt turned away with a smirk. Anyway, back to the people who actually paid to enjoy this show. Another roast, another silence, another Karen turned into dust. But the next one? She woke rage, and Matt gave her something she'd never forget.
How could he say something like that? He's body shaming me. Cancel Matt Rife.
Mid-set, Matt's roasting a guy in the back for wearing cargo shorts when suddenly a woman shouts, "That's body shaming. Do better." Matt looks over, cool as ice. Ma'am, that man has 7 visible pockets. He can hold more feelings than I'll ever hurt. Laughter floods the room. She yells again. That's not funny. Matt nods. You're right, it's hilarious. Boom. Then he walks toward her. You're the kind of person who'd report a rainbow for being too proud. The crowd loses it. Next time you want to cancel someone, start with your own energy. It's giving Wi-Fi on a plane, annoying and totally useless. Karen sat back down. Matt winked at the crowd. Wokeness is fine until it becomes a mood disorder. And just like that, she became the roast instead of the hero. But no roast hits harder than the final one, when Karen questions Matt's entire identity. Karen, loud, bold, and definitely not shy, decides she's the main character tonight. She interrupts the flow, smirking like she's got a point. You ever date anyone outside your race, or are you just another basic white guy? The room tightens. Matt turns to her, completely still, calm, cold, calculated. I date humans, he says, voice smooth as silk. But if I ever lowered my standards, you'd be the first to get ghosted mid-sentence. Boom. The crowd explodes. He steps forward, eyes locked. You want to talk ethnicity? What culture raised you to speak without facts? Or skincare? Dead. Audience crumbling. Then he points at her Starbucks cup. You talk like a podcast intro, but without the actual podcast. Or the content. Karen tries to clap back. Big mistake. Matt cuts in. Let me guess. Astrology, iced coffee, and judging waiters is your entire belief system? She sinks into her chair like Wi-Fi in a tunnel. Final blow. I've roasted gang members, influencers, rappers. But Karen, you're top-tier delusion and bottom-tier eyebrows. Standing ovation. Lights out. Now here's what makes Matt different. He's savage, but not a bully. He roasts hecklers because they ask for it. He never attacks just to hurt. He does it with surgical precision, humor with a heart. When someone once asked him if he regretted any roast, Matt replied, if they laughed even a little, then the roast wasn't just fire, it was therapy. He's roasted people in wheelchairs, with disabilities, with scars, and they often thank him afterward. Because for Matt, it's not about mocking pain, it's about neutralizing power plays. If you throw shots, expect one back. Fair game. That's why people keep coming back. And why Karens? They never win. It all comes down to one last Karen. She sat silent for most of the show, arms folded, lips tight, judging like it was her job. Then, out of nowhere, she pipes up, "You're too arrogant to be funny." The room froze. Matt didn't flinch. He tilted his head, smirked, and delivered straight heat. "You're too basic to be relevant." The crowd exploded. "Oh!" But Matt wasn't done. He started walking off stage, paused mid-step, then turned around, eyes locked in. If confidence offends you, you must have hated mirrors your whole life. Boom! Laughter, screams, standing ovation. Karen? Nowhere to be seen. Matt didn't just end the show. He ended the era of Karens thinking they can win on his stage. No rebuttal, no comeback, just silence and a legend walking off like the king he is. He didn't need to win, he already did. Don't forget to like, comment your favorite roast, and subscribe for more savage takedowns, because this isn't the end of Matt Rife versus Karen. It's just the beginning. Thanks for watching.